Time for Chamber Talk on a Monday. Good morning, Detra. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fantastic.
It's a very busy week for you at the Chamber this week, isn't it?
It is. I've been looking forward to this very much.
A lot of work goes into the lighting ceremony, and we'll talk a little bit about that here in a few moments. But again, we reserve time every Monday morning for the Chamber. You can follow along as well. Sign up for the Monday morning newsletter, the week that will be, which normally hits your email box by 8 o'clock in the morning. You can also log on to fairfieldiowa.com. So let's jump right into it. A reminder, the LinkedIn series continues this week with Mark Cohn.
Yes, well, actually next week, but we want to remind folks, because it's kind of a shortened week, that we would love to have people pre-register. We've got a few in, like some more. And this is going to be the second session of 3-part series. And for this one, folks will actually be able to work and create their own LinkedIn profile or improve it, in the case of my own. It's going to take place next Tuesday, November 29th, and this will be over the lunch hour from 11:30 to 1, and it'll be at the Indian Hills Jefferson Center Computer Lab. And the cost for this will be $15 for chamber members and $25 for others.
And again, that's a week from tomorrow.
Yes.
A week from tomorrow. Now, when is the third in the series?
The last one will be taking place in December, Wednesday, December 14th. And same place and same time frame. And that one will be really looking at how to maximize, and we call it how to power up your LinkedIn presence, but really how to fully take advantage of getting that LinkedIn account going and how to maximize it.
Are the fees the same?
The fees will be a little bit more for that one. I believe it's $25 and $35 for that one.
All right. Find out more by emailing the chamber at fairfieldiowa.com. New member spotlight this week?
Actually, I forgot. I don't know that I have one. We had several chamber visits last week, and CoLab, who we had Kevin on the radio last week, and we did their ambassador visit, and also Best Green Answers. We got to meet with them. They're tucked in the, what's it called, Art Alley? I was talking with the mayor about the names for these alleys. So they're just off the square, and a lovely business with lots of green type of cleaning solutions, solvents, and so forth. And a lot of them are based with soybean oil.
And that's the alley on the north side of the Fairfield Square, where
yes.
You look down and you can see the beautiful courthouse.
Exactly.
We mentioned last week that with the holidays just around the corner, you might have a secret Santa or an office party, an office chance to give in the office. And chamber books are a really good way to give the recipient a chance to find what they want at a chamber member.
Yes, and we're really excited. We've got brand new look to our chamber bucks. In the past, they were a full page with listing of all the businesses. It's like a gift certificate, but now we've got ones that are like a check. And again, they can only be redeemed at those chamber member businesses. But I think for the recipients, it's got a real fresh new look, and we'll have an accompanying sheet that explains exactly how to use them.
And offers some tremendous flexibility.
It really does. Over 300 plus businesses where you can redeem those for services, products, whatever.
All right. And again, you're going to be giving away some chamber bucks. Is that right?
We are starting today. Look around at the stores and some other. You can also register at the chamber office, the library, and you can register to win one of 5 $50 holiday chamber buck giveaways. So registration starts today. It goes through December 6th, and then we're going to draw the winner at our annual chamber member appreciation reception on December 8th.
Member-to-member discount highlight this week.
This week, it's 10% discount on all wine purchases at Cedar Valley Winery.
Well, that's right up my alley.
Yes, also can make a nice gift.
that makes a nice gift. Again, it's Chamber Talk here on the Monday morning. Again, fairfieldiowa.com. You can click on to the calendar events and find everything that's happening. We'll talk about a little bit later on. But you do have a guest today, Joe Hurd, who is with the Streets Department here in Fairfield. And they've been very busy over the last week and a half.
They have been. And as I came into my position at the chamber, Lindsay said, well, you've got to meet Joe when we get ready for the holiday lighting dedication. He's in charge of all the decorations from the city side. So we drove on out to see where all those were stored. And I really appreciate all that they do. They put in behind to put all the decorations up. So I was excited to have Joe join me this morning to share a little bit about that. So good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
So can you tell us a little bit about, I guess, what your role is and what the city does with the holiday decorations?
Well, we have the decorations there, and I guess it's we've got a certain number of days that we have to get them up. Usually we have to wait until after Veterans Day to start that, and this year we only have about 8 days to get it done. We're pretty close to being completed now. It takes all of our guys usually initially about 3-4 days to get most of the stuff up there, and then I'm usually kind of up there for the remainder of whatever days we have left, just kind of plugging things in and making sure everything's hooked up right.
Can you give us some facts and figures on like the number of wreaths that you have up on the poles, or I don't know,
how many feet of greenery you have?
Yeah, actually, it takes about 16 rolls of greenery to, and I think they're fairly expensive for that stuff to put up. We have about 30 some wreaths, I think 38 wreaths that go up now. We've actually cut that down since they put the nodes and stuff uptown. There's some poles that we can't get to very well to get them up on the. We used to have I think 80 wreaths that we put up, and we're down to 38, which is okay. It's kind of a time-consuming thing coming in early in the morning. There's a lot of lights. I don't know for sure how many bulbs, but a lot.
And what's your approach for, I don't know, do you have a certain order that you get things done? Like, well, we're going to start here and then we do this, or is it kind of change each year? Or?
Yeah, it takes about 2 days to bring everything up. We have displays out there if you look around, and what we do is load them up in the trucks and then bring them up and set them there. And once everything's up here, then we start hooking lights up and stuff.
Okay. Well, I'm curious about the wreaths that you mentioned, because it seems like a lot of times things are much larger than they appear. So what is the size of the wreaths on the pole?
Those wreaths are actually really old. Almost everything we have over there is older stuff. I don't think you can purchase it anymore. So I don't know. They're probably about 3 feet high, a 3-foot circle. The wreaths are.
Okay.
And
are they very heavy, or?
Yeah, it takes 2 guys. We go up in the lift truck, and then it takes 2 guys to kind of maneuver them into the bracket that they have.
Wow.
And
a little bit more than hanging a wreath on your door, certainly.
Yeah. Joe, you mentioned you got some age on them. Is there an idea of how old the Santa and reindeer are? I heard it was early 50s.
And I think that's about right, Steve. It's real old, and we've had repair. They have the chamber has somebody, I'm not sure who it is, that kind of works on that stuff and kind of, I don't know what kind of material it is, but they kind of put it back together every once in a while.
And that's actually the reindeer and sleigh and stuff.
Yeah.
The mechanicals of it, I can't imagine are that complicated. So if something breaks down, probably your shop can fabricate something.
Yeah, it's not real hard. It's just got a belt drive in there and a pulley and a gear system to make it spin. So,
okay,
pretty simple.
Yeah, neat. Well, I know, too, we talked about a few weeks ago, we were looking for volunteers for the Christmas committee, and part of this is getting Santa's house, the candy cane house ready, and we're talking about this morning making sure we have sufficient thatch on the manger. and so, again, when we ask for volunteers to help us with that, that's part of what we're looking for is, folks that want to get involved. Again, the city does so much for us, but then it's great to have a little extra help from the public, too, with some of the other little bit of lighter lifting, so to speak.
Well, on that note, who does some of the maintenance on it? Just the committee, or does Joe? Does some of your guys, if you see something, can kind of attack it?
Yeah, there's some easier stuff that we do, or actually some of the harder stuff too. But we like to make sure that the chamber is able to get volunteers. It's fun to be able to volunteer. We don't want to cheat them out of their work.
Absolutely. And the other thing is we do have the lighting ceremony coming up on Friday, and I know you've been busy putting things up. Unfortunately, we've had pretty warm weather till this week to work on that. But then, you're also there that night of the ceremony, right, to make sure everything goes right when we flip the switch.
Yeah, if the lights don't come on, there's going to be a little bit of pressure on me, but fortunately it's dark, and if they don't, I can just kind of run and nobody can really.
How much easier is it now, Joe, compared to maybe 5 years ago or 6 years ago, but the new configured wiring on the square?
Yeah, the LED lights are making it where they last longer, but I mean, there's still just a lot of hooking up, and it's a time-consuming thing. And I enjoy doing that, and I think most of the guys do too, depending on the weather. This year, the weather's been very nice. I remember last year at this time, it was very cold up here, so. But it's still something different that we're able to do, and we enjoy doing it because for the most part, it's positive feedback on how it looks when it's done, and most people appreciate what we do, and that's not always the case. So.
as sometimes it is with public service. But well, I know we really appreciate all that you do and your positive attitude and your willingness to be there on that special night when the switch is flipped and all those kids' eyes light up with all the glory. And Santa is in his candy cane house. So we hope everybody will come out and join us on Friday night. So thanks again for all you do every day.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
Yeah, no problem.
Speaking of that, the lighting ceremony is on Friday.
It is. And I also wanted to mention, how we help support the upgrades and when we need to do repairs and so forth to these decorations. That's done through the Tree of Lights campaign. And I've been asked about, are we still doing that? And yes, we are. The flyers are going to be going out in the paper with the Ledger on Tuesday. But people can always stop by the chamber office as well to get one of those forms. And you can make a donation and you can do it from your family, or if you want to do it in honor of someone or a memorial, it's a great way to do that and add to the holiday magic here in Fairfield.
All right, so that's the Tree of Lights campaign and actively underway right now. You mentioned the Christmas committee. You're searching for volunteers. Speaking of volunteers, how are you set? Santa, his schedule all set for the Candy Cane House for the year?
Yes, we've got Santa locked in, so he will be arriving on Friday.
All right, that'll be great. All right, let's jump into what's happening this week.
Okay, well today, on Monday, we've got the Women's Power Lunch, which has been happening at the Fairfield CoLab, and today's theme is expanding our network. And that will take place at the Fairfield CoLab, which is at 107 1/2 South Main Street. It's upstairs there. And from 12 noon to 1. And usually folks register on Facebook, but this is open to the public, and it's been a really nice event. And also today, beginning knitting, the last of 3 sessions being offered by the at-home store from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. And again, this is a beginner level class, and you can learn more on our calendar as well. Tomorrow on Tuesday, we've got the 31 tournament at the Dewdrop in Libertyville at 6 p.m. And again, at the home store, as things are getting cooler, it's a good chance to keep knitting. It's the Fall Continuing Knit Along. And that's going to be Tuesday evening from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And this level is considered advanced beginner. And then on Thursday, we've got the Thanksgiving holiday, of course. And Friday, we have the holiday lighting dedication at Central Park. That's going to start at 5:30 p.m. and at 6 o'clock is when the lights will go. But at 5:30, we've got the high school choir and alumni will sing, and we'll have announcements of all the other things going on over the weekend. Carriage rides. Santa will be in the Candy Cane House starting at 8, and there'll be refreshments at Verizon Wireless Cellular only. So Friday night, Central Park, be there. Also going on Friday, we've got the Festival of Trees, which is a fundraiser for the Little Superheroes Foundation that's been started. And that will go from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and that will take place under the Elks Club on the square. And if you haven't had a chance to go out and check out how the windows have been shaping up around the square, I really encourage people to do that, or certainly check that out Friday after the lighting dedication and see those. Then on Saturday, the Festival of Trees will continue from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And also want to remind folks that Saturday is Small Business Saturday. So Friday is known as Black Friday, but we want folks to remember their small businesses, remember your local businesses, and not just on Saturday, but that builds some extra awareness that day. And remember, when you shop local, those folks invest those dollars back into your community. Also on Saturday, we've got the Fairfield Farmers Market, which is indoors now, and that's at the Senior Citizen Center at 209 South Court, and that runs from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then wrapping up our week on Sunday, November 27th, the Fall Continuing Knit Along at the at-home store from 2 to 4 p.m.
Very busy week. I want to jump ahead just a little bit. You mentioned Small Business Saturday. A week from Saturday, there's a couple events happening. It's the KMCD Classic 96 Jefferson County Farm Bureau Free Holiday Movie at the Orpheum Theater. We'll be showing Finding Dory, and admission is free with a donation to the Lord's Cupboard. Showtimes at noon. Or 10 o'clock and noon. Santa will be on hand, taking a break from the Candy Cane House at 9 o'clock with some activities for children. Also that day, there is a event happening downtown, sort of a collaborative effort between the Chamber and the CVB. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, it's the Shop and Be Merry event. And what we're doing is we're collaborating with some of the local merchants and doing some marketing. They're going to showcase their specials that they're having, and also to try to entice shoppers from out of town to come invest their dollars here. But certainly we want local folks as well to take advantage. And also on Friday night preceding that, we've got the Art Walk, which is the one that the Chamber sponsors as well. And the theme is the Christmas City. Well, we will have carriage rides, and there'll be live window displays. And I think it will just be really a beautiful time to check out the downtown and check out the stores and see what you can get for that Christmas list.
It's that time of year.
It is.
Yeah, it's Chamber Talk on a Monday. Joe, thank you for your time, and thank you for you and your crew for doing all you do in downtown.
Thank you.
Detra, you have a great week, okay?
Thank you.
We have Chamber Talk every Monday morning here on 1570 KMCD. Stay tuned. Look at the markets are just around the corner.